AVC, how you doing? King's Drummer here, and holy crap, it's hot. It's a hot day. It's like the first real hot day we've had for this summer. It's over 100 degrees a day here in Northern California, and boy, I'm baking, man. We got the AC on, I got all the ceiling fans on, and man, it's just, it's a scorcher today. But on a hot, lazy day, it's a good day to listen to vinyl if it doesn't melt on the freaking turntable. So I got a lot of cool stuff to show you, and I'm going to start off large with the new album from Rush, Clockwork Angels. Man, this is just a great record all around. Every track is great, the artwork is great, it's a concept record, and that is great. I even got the original promotional sticker that I stuck onto the Blake sleeve. I was really anticipating this album, and I did something smart. I didn't allow myself any spoilers. I mean, Caravan and BU2B was on the live album and the Blu-ray DVD of their concert a while back, and when they were on tour for the Time Machine Tour, they premiered those songs live. So I heard those two, and the first single is Headlong Flight, great song. And so that was on YouTube because it was the first single from this album. And so those are the only spoilers I allowed myself. I remember last week, or probably 2 weeks ago, there was a lot of sneak peek full song videos on YouTube from this album. So I wanted it to be new when I heard it on vinyl. And so I did my best to ignore all the spoilers. People posting full tracks on YouTube. People discussing the concept of the album. This is a concept album about a young man who was raised in a small town, who has big dreams, wants to see the world, and goes out on a big voyage to discover the big, wide, wonderful world, and meets a lot of different characters along the way, like an anarchist, a bunch of carnival carnies, so going to a lot of carnivals, and a clockmaker. So it's just about a young man's journey discovering the world and all the interesting things he sees. And I keep showing you this guy's the same thing over and over, but I should be showing you the gatefold because the gatefold's awesome. And the music on here is just amazing, kick-ass. I particularly love the song, the title track, Clockwork Angels. There's some great musicianship on it, as well as 7 Cities of Gold. Like I said, Headlong Flight, The Records is a great song. Halo Effect is a wonderful tune. This is in The Garden, the closing track. Just badass is all I can say. It's a badass album. And you know, the artwork is really tight on this, as you can see. There's the insert, and it does have a custom label. The Clockwork custom label. This is just a fantastic record, 2-record set on 180 gram vinyl. Rush's first studio album in quite a few years, and I gotta give it to the old guys, you know, for being in their 50s. They wrote just a smash house record. This thing is just stellar. Every track just kicks you in the ass, and you really do go on a voyage. And because it's a concept album, there's more to this album than just the music. There's a message and a story to follow along. And in the lyric sheet, you know, there's a postscript of what's going on in the story and how the story's progressing and how the characters are being involved. So it's like reading a book, really. And in fact, I think there is going to be a novel based on the concept of this record by the same name, Clockwork Angels. I just love the artwork on this. You can tell, just I keep showing the 2 pictures over and over. But it's awesome. This is fantastic music. So if you're not a Rush fan, maybe this might turn you, because it's just a great collection of new songs, and it does come with a download card too, so you can actually burn this to CD. So fantastic, Rush, Clockwork Angels. In my last video, I decided to get into the Rolling Stones. I bought Sticky Fingers and really enjoyed it. And so I thought I'd try a few more Stones albums, and found some good ones, and they seem to be in decent condition. The first one is Exile on Main Street. We don't have to go over the music because This is the VC, and we're well aware of what's on here. I'm not, because I'm not much of a Stones fan, so I don't follow them closely enough. So, but I'm familiar with a lot of tunes on here, and I'll take one of them out. As we all know, 2 record sets, and there's the, because of the original inserts, like so, and there's a custom label. So, can't wait to dive into this. You know, I really did enjoy Sticky Fingers, and it made me want to get more involved into their music. So I went and took the plunge and bought more records. You know, the Stones have just been one of those bands that just never really done anything for me. But after exposing myself to Sticky Fingers and now Exile Main Street, I think that may change. You know? But I think I'm more interested in picking up the early records than I am they're more current, I guess you could say, than ones they made in the 80s. I think I just want to visit the 60s and early 70s Stones, because I think that's the era of the band that people seem to like the most here in the VC. So Exile Main Street, can't wait to dig into it. I got all these records just today, except for the Rush one, so haven't listened to it yet, but I'm gonna have fun. And I suppose this one's like a holy grail for Rolling Stone fans, and I went and bought it, and the packaging's real cool, so I can't wait to dive into this. There's Satanic Majesties Request, and there we go. And of course, as you can see, it is the cover that has the 3D picture on it. Some great artwork on here. Very unfamiliar with this record, but I love the artwork of this record. It is a gatefold. If I can get it open here. I'll show you the gatefold. So really cool. I love the 3D picture on the front here. It's really nice, and I can't wait to dive into this album. Very, very unfamiliar with it, and as you can see, there's the insert, which looks to be the original insert, and London Stereophonic is what the album says, the album label says. So this looks to be a fun record. Cannot wait to get into it. You know, I've reached that point where I think I've gotten almost every album I kind of was looking after, and now it's time to branch out and put some variety in the collection, and start getting into bands and music that I normally wasn't giving much attention to. So I think it's going to make the collection a lot more interesting and more eclectic. So, I mean, records like these, I don't know the answer, but you know, it's outside what I normally listen to. So good to challenge yourself. And now back to familiar territory. Got to get a Genesis record, and I got my favorite from the Peter Gabriel era, which right next to Land Lays Down on Broadway, it would be selling even by the pound. I love this album, and it has all the classic songs on it. It is on the famous Charisma label. I think, is it right side up? Yes, it is. Okay, so it's on the famous Charisma label. And, you know, Dancing with the Moonlit Night, Cinema Show, Battle of the Eeping Forest, Firth the Fifth, you know, some great, and I Know What I Like. You know, this is a classic Genesis record, and it's one of my favorites. I do have it in the box set, the vinyl box set, but I did want this copy since it had the Charisma label on it, and I really always loved that cover. A really nice cover, so real happy to have that in the Genesis collection. Okay, I'm going to break away from albums for just a bit. I want to show you some 45 records that I got, or 7-inch records, however you want to call them. Some pretty interesting ones I found today. And here we go. This is from the band Washed Out. And I don't know if you can see it, but you know, the letters are indented there, pressed in, see? Washed Out. And this is for the song Belong. And the song Phone Call is on the flip side. And man, it's hard to show that. There we go. So Belong, Phone Call. And I have this on vinyl. It's on a white vinyl. So when I saw this in the record shop, I was really surprised to see, you know, a 7-inch single from Washed Out, because I really do love that album. And of course, here's the record, and on black vinyl. So here's Belong. Hopefully you could, the glare is not so bad, so you can actually read what's on there. And there's the B-side, which is Phone Call. So really cool. I thought it was a really great find. If you haven't gotten the album from Washed Out, you really should, because it is some sensual, soothing music. I really love it. I listen to it a lot when I'm driving. When I think road rage is starting to get to me, I pop on that CD, and it really does soothe me. Saves me from losing my mind, I guess. It's a very relaxing, sensual record, and so I was really happy to find a 45 single from it. Another 7-inch single from PJ Harvey. This is The Words That Maketh Murder from her Let England Shake album. I was very surprised to see this as well. I didn't know they had a 45 of this song from PJ Harvey. So I was real excited to see it, and definitely had to go after it. Here's, after you pull it out of the cover, here's the front picture. And of course there's all the lyrics at the back. And a nice looking custom label on the front. So there's the front, or the back, I'm not sure which side it is, I'll tell you the truth. The other side, of course, is all the proper credits. Really love this song, The Words That Maketh Murder. It's one of my favorite songs on Let England Shake from PJ Harvey. It's a great song. That whole album is fantastic. It's been like a couple weeks since I listened to it. I need to break it out again, but I'm going to listen to this one first. I was really surprised to see this. I've never seen any 45 records from PJ Harvey, so I was really happy to get that. So 7-inch single, Words That Maketh Murder. And here's I think a pretty rare one. This is from David Bowie. Let me just turn the record over so it'll be on the right side. And on RCA Records for the song Rebel Rebel. And the B-side would be Queen Bitch from David Bowie. I don't know if you could actually read that. There we go, maybe that'll help. But what this is, it is a British import. RCA contains an alternative mix of the song Rebel Rebel. So really thrilled to have this one. It only costed $4. But I think I just saw it, it's like, well, that sounds pretty rare. So I was really happy to get that. I can't wait to spin it and listen to it. They say it's an alternative mix to Rebel Rebel. So that sounded interesting to me, so I went ahead and got it. I've always been a fan of that song. I love that song, Rebel Rebel. So a real good find for me personally. So David Bowie, Rebel Rebel, and found one from the Beatles. Almost the same look too. RCA, 45 speed for A Hard Day's Night. So there's the Beatles, Hard Day's Night. And the flip side is Things We Said Today. And it just looks, it's a cool looking 45. I really like the way it's designed, so really nice. So I was really happy to see that and just jumped all over it. So, and this one only cost me $1. And I do dig that song, so it is now mine. Another one from the Beatles for the song Hello Goodbye, and I Am the Walrus. And this one's on Capitol. And I'll just take it out here so you guys get a better look at it. There's I Am the Walrus. There's Hello Goodbye. Really cool stuff. Nice to have some Beatles 45s. I don't know if they're original or not, but they'll get a lot of play here. And one from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I like this song a lot. I don't own the album it's on, but I've always been a fan of this song. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers for the song Jamming Me. I really like that cover. It's a real colorful front cover. There's the back with all the proper credits. Really cool song, Jamming Me. I remember when it came out, I thought it was a cool tune. I'm not the biggest Tom Petty fan, and it's on MCA. Not the biggest Tom Petty fan, but I did love that song. So really good to have the 45 record. On the other side, there's a song called Make That Connection. Never heard of that song before, but a lot to look forward to when I start spinning these things. So those are the 45s I got today. And how come these things never go back the way you want them to when you take them out? Pain in the ass, I'm telling you. Alright, so that's it for the 45s. Actually, let me get this to go in right. Come on, you bastard. Bear with me, folks. They come out easy and they go in like a pain in the ass. There we go, finally got it in there. Shit. Alright, the next one is from The Art of Noise, and it's entitled Reworks of The Art of Noise. These are special remixes, 7-inch singles, and live versions. 7-inch single of Paranoma, and 12-inch single of Legacy, 12-inch single of Peter Gunn, live track of Legs. Cool album. And I always liked Art of Noise. I got a couple of their records, and so I saw this for a couple bucks. It looked great to me, so I went ahead and jumped on it. Another Beatles album. This one, pretty cool. The Magical Mystery Tour. I was between this one and Rubber Soul, but this one looked like it was in better condition. The Rubber Soul album they had at the store just didn't look in great condition, so I went ahead and went with this one because it comes with the original booklet. So let me just stand up there if I can show you guys. So there's the booklet, and you know, all the pictures and comics inside of it. Pretty complete. The pages are still together. It's not falling apart or anything, so it's in very good condition. So really glad I got this, and it is on the Apple label. As you can see, there's side 1 and side 2. So, and a lot of my favorite Beatles songs are on here. And I'm the Walrus, Penny Lane, Hello Goodbye. Some great songs on here. Strawberry Fields, All You Need Is Love. So, and something about the packaging, the booklet, the cover, and the artwork just made me want to, it really made a connection with me. It's like, yeah, this is the record I gotta get. I really love this. I really love the way this is packaged, so really glad I went and got this album. So, Beatles, Magical Mystery Tour. Alright, next up is Bruce Hornsby and the Range, A Night on the Town. I am a big fan of Bruce Hornsby and his music, his songwriting, his piano playing, his musicianship. The guy is a top-rate musician. Really admire the guy. And two songs I really love were, of course, the title track, A Night on the Town, and Stand on the Mountain, are two songs I really loved from this album. So I really felt lucky to have found this, and it's on that red RCA label. So, cool find for me. I have one of his live DVDs, and man, his band can kick some ass. They can really cook, and he's a great musician, so I always love collecting Bruce Hornsby records when I can find them. Sometimes they're not so easy to find. Okay, and this last one is just something to get me started on this band. I've heard a lot of them in the VC, and so I bought their kind of like a greatest hits kind of collection just to get me started, and it'll get me to going. If I like certain songs, then I'll pick up the albums that they're from. And it's from the band Susie and the Banshees, and it's called Once Upon a Time, the singles. Not familiar with this band at all. I mean, obviously I've heard of them, being from the 80s and all. And this collection covers the years 78 to 81. And not much I could say because I don't really follow the band much. It does have the original insert with all the lyrics to the songs on it. There's the back, all the pictures. And it is on Geffen. And I think I might have to clean this record up. It looks be a tad dirty, but hopefully it'll play good. and hopefully it'll turn me on to this band. You know, like I said earlier, you know, I've reached that point where it's time to branch out and listen to some bands I know I've heard of but never gave the time of day to. Because I think I've gotten most of the records I wanted to get to, and yeah. So Susie and the Banshees. Hopefully this will get me on my way to discovering more of their records. I think their records are kind of hard to find because I couldn't really find many of them. How are we doing on time? All right, just over 20 minutes. Try to keep this as brief as possible, but I had a lot of records to show. It's been a busy couple of weeks for me personally. I joined another band called Broken Undertone. I posted some of the live videos of the first show I did with them, and I got a show with them tomorrow on Father's Day, and it's been good so far. I think we've really connected as friends and as musicians and performers really quickly. So now it's just putting on some great shows and playing to the best of our abilities. But it's been a busy week. You know, I started doing shows with them and learning their music. My other band, Alphabet Asylum, I recorded all my drum tracks for an upcoming CD release. I've been busy, folks. That's been to explain my lack of involvement in the VC. I haven't had a chance to even watch videos and comment on all of your guys' videos, so I'm really behind. So I'm really sorry, but you know, life just keeps getting in the way, and I've been busy. But I will catch up soon, and hopefully I'll get to your videos and I'll start commenting and leaving you guys some nice comments. That's gonna do it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.